Hey there! I know on this channel you usually see music, funny little videos, and general nonsense, but today I wanted to actually take the time to talk about something that I feel really needs to be addressed. Mental health. I have autism, and I'm sure most of you watching this probably already knew that, but for those who didn't, it's true. I have Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of high-functioning autism. There's a spectrum of disorders when it comes to autism, and I just so happened to land on one that gave me the ability to blend in with society for the most part. I was bullied early on in school, but that eventually stopped, and I was able to keep to myself without being harassed. The thing is, my story is hardly the case for everyone with this disorder. People who live with this struggle daily because no one seems to know how to deal with the issues properly. No one seems to know that we don't need treatment, we need support. We need a caring guardian to look out for us and not get fed up if we take a little bit longer to develop than other normal kids. Now, let's stop for a second. I've spoken about what autism is. I've said what we need. I've also said the word syndrome and disorder several times. Those are words with negative connotations, yes, but there's a word that some people like to use that has no place being used to describe autism. That word is disease. Autism is not a disease. It's not even close. Diseases you can cure. Diseases you can vaccinate. Diseases are caused by a virus that enters your body from the outside, but very rarely affects you from the inside. Diseases make you sick because that's what they do. Autism makes you sick because you don't understand what it is. Allow me to fix that for you. When most people think of autism, they think of screaming children, bad behavior, and not being able to function in a social setting. That's the image that's been ingrained in the public conscience, mainly because of the inability of certain highly visible organizations to paint an accurate picture of people on the spectrum. They focus on the negatives, making sure that everyone who is willing to listen is totally misinformed. These organizations proclaim that they are trying to help, but their disingenuous acts make them actually more of a hindrance than a help. I'm talking about Autism Speaks. They claim to speak for us, but the truth of the matter is, they don't include us in that conversation. They try to make us out to be pitiable and depressed, and they use the money that's given to them to cement that into the minds of every parent or parent-to-be. They seem like they want everyone to feel sorry for us, but we don't want that. We never wanted that. If you honestly think that people like us want to be coddled and treated like a sad puppy, you're wrong. Sure, some people might need a little extra help and will welcome any support with open arms, but they don't want to be treated like they're different. They just want to live. When I was in high school, there were several children with Down syndrome that attended the school alongside me. They were in different classes specifically designed to help them, but they were happy and loved being there. I remember a boy, let's call him Danny to protect his identity, who was very well known by the students due to the fact that he stayed in the school until he reached the maximum age allowed to attend. I was walking behind him as I raced to lunch one day, and there was a girl in front of us. He called out to her and asked if she had a boyfriend. She turned around and smiled and said yes, and Danny replied, "Dang it! I just want a girlfriend!" Now, there are couples where one or both of the parents have Down syndrome and can make things work. But the sad truth is that in most cases, people with Down syndrome are never going to get to experience that kind of intimacy. But they don't realize that. They might know they're quote-unquote different, or they might not. But they don't want to be treated like they're not people all the same. Why are people with autism any different? We're still people. We just have a little more going on in our brains than most people like to think. And contrary to popular belief, it's not all bad. We can be creative. I know a lot of people that are autistic that are talented as hell. We can be gifted. In fact, there's a White House appointee on the National Council of Disability that's autistic. He was nominated by President Obama himself. You don't need to be afraid of autism. It's not a disease, and it won't kill you or your children. But a misunderstanding might. So read up. Study what autism really is from reputable sources. Become an expert, and then advocate. Give us a voice, because some of us don't have one. Be the voice that autism needs, because autism really does speak. It just needs the right person to listen. Can you be that person? I think so.